So for those of you joining us on the YouTube VOD, we are now going to take the multi-engine rating. It does not look like there's any lessons to take before it, so I don't know what this is going to be. It's a 5-minute flight, cost us 15,000 credits. Let's see what it's involved. Flying an aircraft with multiple engines requires some extra piloting skills. Multi-engine airplanes tend to weigh significantly more than their single-engine counterparts, and managing more than one engine at the same time is no simple task for the average pilot. You'll be tasked with performing an approach and landing at some airport. This will not be a conventional approach, however. You'll be flying and landing with only one functioning engine. Knowing how to deal with engine failures is a key aspect of multi-engine aircraft management. Show us what you can do at the helm of a Diamond aircraft, DA62, to get your multi-engine certification. The DA62 is one of the safest aircraft in the market, and you should be able to perform the last legs of your flight plan and land with only one engine running. Try not to overuse the ailerons to counter the effect of the engine failure, instead favouring rudder trim and power management adjustments to counter the loss of inoperative engine. An inoperative engine creates extra drag and adverse yaw effect, throwing your aircraft off balance. The DA62 features an auto feather feature that triggers when engine master switches are shut off, helping reduce some of the drag created by the inoperative engine. We will start the manoeuvre over LPM-A with a heading of 50 degrees before turning back to intercept the last part of the approach for a landing on runway 23. Remember to stay calm throughout the maneuver. You have piloting skills to nail this. Good luck. With no training, this will be interesting. I wonder if I can use the autopilot. Right, so I'm gonna set power at cruise, because typically they throw you straight in. This is when a completely different mapping kicks in, and your brakes are not brakes. So we're not gonna fly autopilot. So at least this will hopefully keep us a little bit cleaner. I'm not going to be trying to do autopilot this time because it didn't do anything for me last time. As you've seen in some of the other tutorials I've released, autopilot is typically the trick to getting through these with the best results. What I'm going to do before he kicks me off is I'm actually going to climb. Give myself a bit more altitude. I know that's probably going to go against me, but guess a bit more altitude to come down, because we saw how difficult it was to try and maintain altitude.
Pilots should be able to fly and land safely even in emergency situations.
This sim is definitely bugged though, Stuart.
You'll have to follow your flight plan and land with only one functioning engine. Turning off the left engine in 3, 2, 1.
Okay. So, introducing rudder correction. Let's go with 5 at first.
Madeira Tower Diamond.
That just seems a little bit too much.
Hotel Whiskey November uniform is 4 miles east 1,600 feet with Victor to land.
Diamond India, Hotel Whiskey November uniform Madeira Tower. QNH 101 tree, make straight in runway 2 tree.
Make straight in runway 2 tree Diamond Whiskey November uniform.
It seems to be so much better holding altitude this time. I think it might be because my controls are actually set up. But it's holding altitude way better this time. Now obviously for the YouTube cut, this was the first time. Nothing bad happened on the first round. This is how it always goes. But for everyone who's live, We know the truth.
Diamond Whiskey November uniform, line 274F4. Clear to land runway 2 tree.
Clear to land, gear down.
2 tree Diamond Whiskey November uniform.
I'm really surprised there's no lessons on this. It's just like, yeah, just go fly. Go fly and we're going to cut an engine on you. Okay. Take the first stage of flap. So I might have to rename my stream because I thought there was going to be a whole series of lessons that I was going to have to go through and then take this exam. Oh, that flap's introduced way more drag than I thought it was going to. I'm not going to take any more flap then. Yeah, now we're losing altitude like we were before. All that additional drag coming in from the gear and the first stage of flaps. So I'm not going to bother taking any more. I'm at full power on the approach. I mean, that's how this is going. One engine out. But we're way more stable than we were last time. I can see the runway at least. I'm not having to IFR it in. Okay, we'll cut the power back a bit now. Maybe we take an extra stage of flaps. That's flaps down to landing. Put some more power in. Try to center her up. Flare. Retard. That feels nice. Oh look, holding the brake didn't didn't make me turn around and look the other way this time.
Diamond Whiskey November uniform, turn next taxiway.
We'll go. So as you can see, my my left engine is out and flared. My right engine is the only one running. Oh, I've got an examiner or something running with me. So, I think that went quite well. But was it A tier?
Diamond Whiskey November uniform, turn next taxiway.
Place your bets in the chat if you think it was A tier.
Diamond Whiskey November uniform, contact ground on 124.66.
Where did the hold short is off the runway?
124.66 Diamond Whiskey November uniform.
But I'll go with it. B plus. See, now this one annoys me, right? The hold shorts, they put the hold shorts after the hold. So see those double lines? Which means that it then marks you down because it says you went onto the taxiway without clearance. The only way to get into the hold short box I'm trying to inch it in without going onto the taxiway and having that trigger. No, still doesn't think so. It might trigger it then. I think I've gone a bit far. Oh, maybe. We'll see.
Madeira ground.
But if it says I've gone onto the taxiway without clearance, we know it's because they put the hold short on the other side of the hold.
Diamond India, Hotel Whiskey November uniform taxi to gate Alpha 16 via taxiway Bravo Alpha.
Taxiing to gate Alpha 16.
I have
using
clearance now.
taxiway Bravo Alpha Diamond Whiskey November uniform.
Let's go for an outside view from my taxi. Brake, parking brake, shut down.
You've performed great today. Keep the same attitude, and I'm sure that you will have great things ahead in your piloting career.
Hey! I respected how part and altitude, respect the path, plane handling, everything went perfectly. So, thumbnail. See what happens after I get that. Congratulations on your multi-engine rating. Allows you to operate an airplane powered by more than one engine. Multi-engine aircraft are generally larger and able to carry more passengers and cargo while featuring an increased operational range. Nice. So new aircraft are able to fly for missions. Now I can fly the Cessna Citation CJ4 and the Diamond DA62. That's nice because I was kind of getting tired of flying the 172 in the missions. And with that, I will end the recording.